Hey guys, this is my first time doing stuff in the OR, like actual useful stuff. Let me tell you what happened. Hey, what is up guys? It's Hafsa Slayman and you're listening to Confessions of a Doctorholic. And I'm on my endocrine rotation. This is my last week. I'm going to miss everyone on it, but I'm with this attending. She's absolutely phenomenal. Not only is she a great surgeon, but she's also a phenomenal teacher. I was with her in clinic for the first time 3 weeks ago. And I'm like literally flipping my head upside down, trying to understand the thyroid and the ultrasound and what I'm looking at and how exactly they can tell if this is normal or abnormal. And finally, she explains it to me. She's like, this is the trachea, this is the thyroid, this is the jugular vein, this is the carotid artery. And she's like going through everything with me, which was absolutely phenomenal. So I've always been prepared to her clinic. I've always like tried my best. And finally, I'm at this stage where she actually invited me to one of her cases. And I've been so excited about this. I'm like literally like I was jumping before any of this happened. So anyway, prepped for this case, read a fair bit about this patient, ensured that everything was in. Apparently she didn't have a consent form. So I went and I consented the patient and I told her, hey, like we're taking out your parathyroid gland. I was explaining to her about the location and she already knew, like the doctor already explained everything to her. We just didn't get it signed. So it was like really easy. She explained the surgery to me. She explained the risks and benefits of the surgery and we were good to go. I'm in there. I scrubbed in and I'm like super nervous. I don't know what she's going to tell me to do. So literally she makes the first incision and it's just the skin. Like we didn't go through the platysma. The platysma is like the muscle on your neck. So we didn't go through any of that yet. She gives me the Bovie and she's like, okay, you're going to go through it. And I'm like so nervous. I've never had this much autonomy in an OR. And I know you have to start somewhere and everyone starts somewhere, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Anyway, so she's giving me so much instruction. It was absolutely phenomenal. So basically what they did was, it was her and the fellow and it was me. So the fellow's like holding everything. They're holding everything taut. And she's like, okay, so like the main thing that you need to think about is you're meant to hold everything really tightly, like stretch it out so that when you make the incision, like the skin just like parts away. Like it's like, think of Moses and the Red Sea. I don't know why I came up with that analogy, but that's what I was thinking of. So went through with the Bovie and I like slice it through and I was like going really gentle, really slow and steady because I'm like slow and steady wins the race. This is how it's going to go. So I slowly cut through and I'm like going on a light layer and she's like, okay, now we're doing the next layer and we do the next layer. And basically we do that until we separate two flaps. And she's like, okay, so come on. You're going to have to put like tension and counter tension and we're separating until we get like two flaps that open up. And then we're going deep into the tissue. So like the fellow, we're going super slow. No one's speeding me up. No one's like, oh, like you're holding us back or anything. Such good vibes in the OR. So then what the fellow does, she's like dissecting. So she's holding things up for me. She's got, I think it was a Kelly actually. Like, so she's holding that up. She's separating it and I'm supposed to, and I got this, what do they call it? God, this is so bad. I forgot what they called that thing. So basically, I would say it's kind of like, it looks a bit like a gun. On one side, it's like this plastic thing. On the other side, it's like sharp and that's what you use to zap. So basically, whenever she held anything, I would like kind of clamp it and then I'd hold. Oh, I think it was called the harmonics. So like I would clamp, I'd hold down, and then you'd wait a couple of seconds and then like whatever she's holding, like the muscle, the strap muscles would like separate apart. So literally that's what we were doing. And it was so exciting. Like I was squealing, like honestly, it was such a great experience. And the thing is like, it teaches you so much more because you're like absolutely focusing on what you're doing. Like for some of you out there, like I know surgery is so challenging and you're probably not excited about surgery because you're looking at the sidelines. And 100%, when you're looking at the sidelines, when you're trying to catch up and trying to pay attention to all the steps, it's not the same as you actually scrubbed in. And then it's also not the same as you actually doing things in the surgery. You don't feel the time. When you're the one that's actively performing the steps, you do not look at the time. It doesn't feel like it's long. Things are going by really quickly because you're the one that's actually participating and doing things in the surgery. So we keep doing that for ages. These strap muscles are separated, and now we're trying to get to the parathyroid. And basically what happened was that this girl, she had papillary thyroid cancer, which spread to her lymph nodes, and they found out that some of the, like during the surgery, they found out that some of the lymph nodes were quite big. And then they had to do a central neck dissection. And what that basically means is the lymph nodes in the center, like right below the thyroid, were enlarged and they looked abnormal. So those were all the ones that we had to take out. And then we went to the right, we went to the left. On the left-hand side, there are a few more ones that were big that had to be taken out as well. So I wasn't involved in this process. And basically they took it out. Then the fellow had to scrub out and we had to close. So basically you close one layer at a time. The attending, she's giving me the layers and stuff. And by this stage, I felt like quite comfortable, like suturing. So it's just like a simple stitch. You in, out, and you do a knot. I'm very comfortable with instruments. I feel, if anything, like I'm probably better off with instruments than I am with my actual hands. So that was an amazing experience. And also just wanted to let you guys know. So like, obviously it's absolutely phenomenal if you've got like the kid at home, or you're practicing on a banana, or you're practicing on skin, or like essentially you're practicing on something. That's obviously better than nothing. But like, honestly, it's never the same as doing it on an actual human being, because like that skin, like it's not even the same as like when you do it on pig skin, like, because pig skin is quite thick and we usually use that to practice on. Like we've done that in medical school, we were practicing on pig skin, but it's never the same because that's heaps thicker than like actual human skin. And especially like people that are older, they've got like thinner skin. People who are younger, they've got like nice taut skin that's like easiest to suture. So like you get that variation as well, and you kind of learn how to suture different things. Anyway, so she's giving me muscle bits. I'm like suturing that. I didn't suture the skin like the very last layer because like, I mean, it's right there front and center. They make it look so beautiful. They like hide the suture completely. You can't tell. You've got like just a little scar. I didn't mind, to be honest. Like I was so giddy. I walked out of there and I was like, oh my God, this is phenomenal.